coalition for putting together issues and data around equity in education, because quite honestly, the conservative in me understands that if we don't get this right, we can't afford to keep doing what we're doing.
Sure.
I want to start with a quote that I saw when I went to Wall Street, Black Wall Street. It was on the location of where Booker T. Washington High School was built. And it was built after Wall Street massacre, but for some reason they needed to put a highway through there, so they took it down. And this quote was there from Booker T. Washington. And it says that education is not a thing that's apart from life. It's not a system, nor is it a philosophy. It is the direct teaching of how to live and how to work. You can't teach people how to live and how to work by lowering standards.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so if you want to wonder why all of these other things are impacted in our community, it's because they've been through a system that didn't teach them how to live and it didn't teach them how to work. Now, a lot of people got paid. And I guess I can't be angry about that. But we just can't keep adding dollars onto something that the state's constitution requires us to be responsible for. And that's to take care of your citizens. You cannot take care of your citizens if you refuse to ensure that they can read, write, and compute at the 4th grade level.
Amen.
And therefore, all of the rest of Education Foundation builds on to what they've learned, and they can be successful. You can't do that by allowing them to get through high school without being able to read and compute at grade level. You can't do that. So what you do is you set up an EOC. That'll cost money too. And then you take them through there, and what do they get there? Barely a certificate that allows them to go to work. And so then you set up these remedial classes at Erie Community College. And when they go through there, they end up going and they're staying for, I don't know, a semester. And then they're out and they're leaving with tuition debt, no degree, no ability to know how to live, and no ability to know how to work. What do you think they are going to do?
That's right.
They're not going to build a strong community that protects us all.
That's right. Wow.
Because they haven't been given what they need. Now, some people want to say that that's all about ensuring that happens at home. Well, if everything needs to happen at home, why are we paying for a public education system? I mean, there's some people who've been educated. They went to Buffalo State. I went there too. I know they got educated in how to teach people. They went to all the higher institutions in the country. Some of them graduated from Columbia and UB. So you have a profession to know how to teach people, but when it comes to this community, you can't do it. There's something wrong with that. And you gotta go look for a new job.
That's right.
Because as long as we allow you to continue miseducating our children, then our communities are gonna stay in the condition that they're in.
That's right.
And that doesn't make me happy, nor a lot of other people. Now, I want to thank this coalition, but I just left a meeting where the governor is. And I really do commend her for pulling together a lot of community stakeholders and thought leaders to come up with what our response is going to be to dealing with the fact that a gentleman who was educated by educated parents, who both are civil engineers for the Department of Transportation, came 3 hours to kill black people. What kind of education did he receive? My point is, and to you and to, quite frankly, the governor while she was here, is we don't figure out how to fix that racial disparity of how all services are delivered from a racial lens, we can be talking until next year. We're gonna have the same results.
That's right.
Disparity in healthcare, disparity in education, disparity in neighborhoods, disparity in investments in neighborhoods. All that's about services being delivered from a racial lens. So I'm going to suggest to the conservatives of us, which I am, we need to figure out a better way to spend our money. And so to the state education department, this is a mistake. It should not stand. And I will do everything within my power to ensure that you do not change the standards to lower people's capacity to be able to live and work in this society.